Absolutely.
Is that Mr. Sean Cook?
Unbelievable.
Is that Mr. Sean Cook?
Sean
Is that
Cook.
your name? Why don't you just tell me that?
Because it's unnecessary, sir. It's
Of course it is.
absolutely unnecessary.
And this is all down to you, not me.
No, sir. No, you've come accusing
Not
me.
this gentleman's date of birth. You get your date of birth?
I'm not giving him a date of birth. I think it's just unnecessary. You're telling me I'm irate. I'm fine, thank you. But I just think his approach to the way he's dealing with this is unnecessary. First of all, right, just be reasonable with me, right, okay? And be very reasonable and be fair, because I've recorded everything, okay?
That's fine.
Okay?
That's
and I've done
fine.
it for your protection and mine, okay?
Really?
Yes, of course.
Why?
Well, because I could say anything, couldn't I? I could say anything, but let's just get this. Let's be
You
civil.
were cautioned. I'm giving a verbal IP at the start.
Let's be civil about this,
well,
please.
keep your voice
Can
down.
we not be civil about
Keep
this?
your voice down.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry if it seems a bit.
I tell you what. Do you want to
elevated.
speak to this gentleman?
I would like to, because he seems
Can
like
you
a
give him
reasonable
what-
chap.
do you want to
He
give him
seems
his-
like a reasonable chap.
Do you want to
but
give
you,
him your
sir,
details?
you need to learn some manners
Don't point
and
at me.
morals, okay?
Don't point at me.
Because you're unreasonable.
Really? All right.
Very unreasonable. You've got issues.
Have a seat in the car, mate.
I'm quite happy standing here.
All
If
right.
that's
Okay,
okay.
whichever you want.
First of all, I was approaching the lights, they weren't on red, and where I was positioned within the lights had come on to amber. Now, I'm not going to slam my brakes on as they've just come on.
Okay.
Okay? Safety. Okay? I've gone through the light, it just turned to amber, and I'm just going past the line. The lights come on to amber. I'm not speeding. He's straight away, he's straight up behind me. He's flashed his lights, and so I pulls over. Here, and he come blazing at me, and he's blah, 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 blah. I said, excuse me, and he's demanding this and demanding that. I said, excuse me, I know my rights. I know. And he's like, you've done this, and I said, well, show me the camera, the footage of me going through the red light, because the way it stands is you're accusing me of something, and I'm telling you I did not do what you're accusing me. And then he tells me I'm irate and I'm shouting and so on and so forth. And he's just not listening, and I think he's very rude. He's unrespectful. I'm not a bad person.
All right.
I'm not doing anything
No one's suggesting
bad.
that you are.
But he's accusing me and making me into a criminal by writing his books so he can get his stats. My ex-partner was a police officer for 3 years. I know how it works. Okay?
That's not the reason.
It's unnecessary that he's.
Sorry,
done
what's
this.
your first name?
Sean.
Sean.
It's just unnecessary.
Okay. Let me clarify a few points for you. Okay? Which may settle your mind, may not do. All right? You've been stopped for a suspected moving traffic offence. All right?
Okay.
That's the reason why you've been stopped.
But could he
From what you're telling me.
But could he not have been reasonable instead of just?
I wasn't here,
Has
so
he had
I
a
can't
bad
say.
day or something? Has his wife left him, or what's happened?
You've been stopped. I've no idea the circumstances.
And I'm
of the
allowed to
stop and
challenge it.
everything
I have the right to challenge it.
Of course you
okay?
do. But
Because
there
when
is a
he
way
goes-
to do, and I'll explain that reason why and how. All right? You've been stopped for a suspected traffic offence, which my colleague wants to deal with.
Okay.
All right? That is by way of a traffic offence report, which the report gets sent away, you get a notice, and you get given options, okay? Those options will be accepting £300 fine, going to court and contesting it, which no doubt is your fault.
Absolute criminal. First of all, an Act of Parliament is a statutory instrument. Legislation, regulations and rules. It is not law.
Okay.
The only thing that gives it law is with consent. Do you understand that we are governed by consent? You sworn your oath of office.
Yes.
To protect and serve under common law. Did you not? Do you remember that?
Yes.
The oath that you took? Okay. So we're governed by consent, okay? I do not consent to what he's doing now. I think it's wrong, it's unnecessary, okay? And this is the reason why I've got my phone out.
All right.
Not just for his protection, but for myself, okay? He's writing me a ticket, he's going to put points on my licence, and he's making this up.
No, he's not putting points on your licence.
He's giving me a ticket, and it's unnecessary.
Sean,
It's
just
unnecessary.
listen to me.
This
just
is
listen
unreasonable.
to me, because I've given you the opportunity to talk. Let me have the opportunity to talk, and I'll tell you how we deal with things.
Oh,
okay?
I understand how you deal with things, and unfortunately, it's the likes of this is why the public don't like the police. Okay? You have to wonder why this is. All he would have had to do, of course, all he would have had to have done is come over to me in a polite manner and say to me, "Look, sir, you know," he came over me, at me as if like I've committed a serious crime. And I tried to explain to him.
You haven't. You're suspected
I know I'm
of
not,
committing.
but I'm not accepting this.
Okay.
Okay.
If you don't want to accept it, that's fine. That is obviously, as you pointed out, you're right. Sean, just listen to me. You're talking to me. You're not talking to him. All right.
You are reasonable, I must admit, but
I'm trying to be as much as I possibly can do. All right.
He's kind of picked on the wrong person in this situation because I know my rights. Okay. I know where I stand with this situation, and it's unnecessary what he's doing.
The way we're going to deal with it, or the way he will be dealing with it, is by way of issuing that traffic offence report, which is a ticket. Okay.
I'm not accepting it. I don't accept it. I don't accept what he's doing. I do not accept. I do not consent.
But if you don't accept it, it has to be dealt with in court.
So he wants to be dragged through court? with the video footage.
No, you get given the option.
And if I have the option to go to court as well, you know, when you go to the police station and they ask you to sign, that's your admission to go to court, okay?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It is. Trust me, it is.
Sign-
And when we go to
police station
court,
to sign for
and
what?
when we go to court, we go into an administrative court. They're not even proper courts these days. Administrative, rubber stamping courts. They're not proper courts. Not a court of record where you have a jury and all these things that we're supposed to have under common law. You understand this? This isn't right. This isn't fair. This isn't right. You know, to pull somebody over and just say, "Doof, you've done this," and then I say, "Well, show me your evidence. Show me your proof on camera that I've gone through a red light."
We're not saying I reiterate my point, okay? You're suspected of committing a traffic offence.
That's fine.
Okay.
But I'm telling you now, I
For
do
that reason-
consent to it.
Okay, well, if
and I'm
you
not
don't
accepting
agree
it.
with it. You don't agree with it. That's fine.
Of course not.
all right?
Why would I accept
Okay.
something? Would you would you
Sean,
accept that?
Sean, let me talk and I'll explain, okay? If you don't accept it, you challenge it in court and that's where it gets challenged, all right? But this is how we deal with it.
But
It's by way
no,
of a ticket.
I'm telling you, we are governed by consent, and I do not consent.
Right,
sir.
well that, I'm afraid you're
Do
gonna
you
have
understand that?
Yes,
do you,
I do
Did you
understand
take
what
your oath
you're
of office?
saying.
Did you both take your oath of office to swear to protect under common law?
That's your point of view.
That's not a point of view.
It
You
is
must
at
understand
this
this.
point it is.
What
It's
is
your
this
point of view.
Right.
Did you take your oath of office when you become a police officer to swear and
That's
protect
not
under
in
common
question
law?
at this point, is it, Sean?
To swear and
Is it?
protect under common. It is. I'm asking you. Do you understand that?
I'm not here to be examined by you, mate. Okay.
I'm not. What is?
That's it.
Do you,
We're not here to have a discussion on law, are we?
why? Do you not? Do you
Are
not
we?
obviously understand proper law?
Are
Then,
we?
do you? You don't
Yes or
understand.
no? We're here to deal with the issue of the offence.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I'm
And
not
that's it.
consenting
And my colleague
to
just
it.
said to you, this is not the appropriate time to have an argument in the street about it, is it?
I'm telling you now. I am not
You're not going to
consenting.
answer any questions.
I'm not
Are you not
consenting.
going to be reasonable.
I think I'm being quite reasonable. I
Okay.
think it's you that's got the attitude problem and the issues, sir. Okay? I do think that.
Well, we'll
I
have to
strongly
disagree on that one.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? Because
Yes.
listen to your attitude.
My attitude's fine.
No,
I'm doing
I
my
don't
job.
think it is. You're just getting stats. That's what you're
Okay,
going
that's
for.
your
That's
opinion.
what this is.
That's
And
your
I tell
opinion.
you now, you've picked on the wrong person.
Have I really?
You have, sir.
Okay. Well, that's
You
your
have.
opinion again, isn't it?
Of course.
Okay, Sean. Is it SEAN?
I'm not
Or-
telling you, sir.
Okay. I keep
I'm not
asking
telling you
you, keep
anything.
refusing.
Of course.
Right, Sean, the issue is, as it
Please.
stands at the moment, just listen, please listen to me.
Just
I
absolutely.
know you're upset.
Of course I'm upset.
Yeah, okay, I understand. I recognise that, and I'm acknowledging
But
that now.
does he even not even
Just
stand?
listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. There is a set way we deal with things.
And there's a set way the public have to deal with the police.
Right, listen to me.
Okay, and if we
Let
don't
me
consent
talk.
to it,
Okay,
there's
okay.
not a lot you can do.
You disagree? There is.
There's not.
Section 24.
Section this, an act of that is
You
an
keep
act
talking
of
over my
violence.
voice.
Okay.
I'm trying to be calm and I'm trying to talk to you, but it doesn't help when you keep talking over my voice as well. I'm not doing it to you, so at least just give me that little bit of respect that
I
I'm
want your
giving to
inspector.
you.
Ring your inspector up.
We're not going to do that.
Ring your inspector. I'm asking you.
Sure.
Ring your inspector up.
So you're talking over my
Please,
voice,
sir.
you won't let me talk. All right, you don't have to keep calling me sir. All
Well,
I
because
want
I'm
from you-
polite, and that's how I speak
You're
with people.
polite and being respectful, but there's a lack of respect by not letting me talk.
Okay, sir.
Let me
Okay.
talk to you, please. And you don't have to call me sir. I appreciate it, but I don't want you to. Okay? Right. This is how it's going to stand. Colleague is going to issue a ticket. In order to do that, he needs your details. If you refuse your details, it is an offence for which you can be arrested for. And that's not how we want to deal with it.
Arresting for not consenting to something I haven't done.
Yes.
Seriously?
If that's how you want
Seriously?
to word it, yes.
Seriously? Arrested?
Arrested.
For not consenting to something I haven't
No.
done?
Arresting for... Right, we need to issue
Where's the
you...
proof?
Right, because my colleague's seen
Just
it.
because he's seen it?
And you can test that
Just
in
because-
court.
Don't you-
yeah.
Don't you think
So,
that's...
No,
if
you need evidence to show
Sean,
that I've done something.
Sean.
You can't just go around saying these things.
Sean,
It's
Listen to
unnecessary.
So what you're saying,
Listen
Mr. Cook,
to me.
that we've
I
made
think you're
this up.
corrupt. I think you're corrupt.
Oh,
right,
Two
Sean,
And I'm,
Oh.
man, that is, and
Now you're
I
being
am
very,
accusing
you're
you.
being very
I think
silly.
you're very
You're
corrupt.
being very
listen to
silly.
me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. If you don't give your details for the ticket, so you can be...
Come on then. Take me
If
to
you
the
don't-
police station, if that's what you want to do. I
I
told you I
don't
don't
want-
consent to
trust
it.
me.
I told you don't consent to this.
We've asked
really
you.
I've tried to be
I've
I've
polite
asked
to
you
you.
quite a few
I
times.
don't have
Mr.
to give
Cook,
you.
I've asked
Am
you
I
a few
under
times.
arrest?
You do have to.
Am I under arrest?
Unfortunately, you do have to give me.
Am
it.
I under arrest?
You do have to give me.
Am
it.
I under arrest?
Not at the moment, no.
Do you want us to arrest you? Yes or no?
Am I under arrest?
You don't.
Have
do
I done
you?
anything wrong?
Yes, you have.
What have I done wrong?
Contravene a red track line. You refuse to give me details.
Have you got any proof of that? Do you have any proof that I've done this?
we're not arguing over that.
Do you have
I've asked you a question. Do
video
you want to
footage?
give me your details?
Do you have
or not?
video footage of me going through a red light like you're accusing me of?
Have we already answered this? Yes or no?
You won't answer me because you're just going around the subject.
I've already told you. No.
Well, then you've not got anything, sir. You're wasting your time.
See you.
And
Calm
you've got all
down.
of this on.
Calm down.
I am calm.
Calm down.
I'm calm.
Keep your hands down. You're getting a bit wide-eyed and a bit leery. Calm down.
Excuse, you're just making things up now.
Am I? Okay. Can you give me your
No,
details,
sir.
please?
Do not consent.
Okay. Do you want to get arrested? So
Do
that we
not
can
consent.
take it. It's not a case of consenting.
It does. We are governed by consent,
Calm
sir.
yourself down. Don't raise your voice and get irate.
I'm not raising my voice. And
Now your voice is nice
Sir,
and calm. Can we stay at that pitch?
Stop playing the while the camera's running. And it's been running all the time.
I'm happy with that. It's not a problem.
Well, I'm not happy with the way that you've dealt with things.
That's entirely up to
And
you.
that's why I'm
And I'm not happy with you
recording.
contravening the red traffic lights.
I'm not
Because
contravening
you
it.
can cause an accident, can't you?
Sean, index finger on your right hand. Do you have a scar?
I'm not obliged to say.
Okay.
I'm not
I'm
obliged
trying to
say.
identify you.
Well, you
that's all.
don't have to. I don't have to have done nothing wrong. So do what you need to do
Okay, we're gonna-
and go through the process.
I'm gonna
I'm
have to-
sorry, but I'm
Sure.
standing up for my rights.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, don't do what you
So
need
what?
to do.
I'm
If you-
appealing to your better nature. Is there anything that we can do to sort this out so we don't have to arrest you?
Sir,
because this is
sir,
entirely
let me
your
explain
court.
something to you.
No,
Let me-
I don't want you to. I'm asking you a question. Do you want to give me your
If
details?
you-
Yes or no? After numerous requests from me and my colleague.
I think it's quite obvious that
Have
I'm
we
not going
asked
to
you a
give
lot
any
of time?
details. I'm quite
Why?
obvious that I do not consent to what you're doing to me or trying to do to me. Okay? I've explained this. I've been polite about it.
Okay.
I've asked you, have you got any footage, video
And
footage?
I've
of me
told
doing
you that.
this?
We've already
You
gone
haven't.
over that.
You have not
We've
got
already
that.
addressed that issue. I've told you that I've witnessed you committing an offence, and you are clearly unhappy with that.
No, you've accused me without any evidence, but your say
I
so.
just explained. Yes, there
Yes,
you go.
but that's
it.
not good enough.
I beg to differ.
No, I'll tell you enough. There's
Beg to
enough
differ.
corrupt police to say anything they want to say and accuse anything they want to accuse of people.
So
and I can assure you,
I'm corrupt because you don't
no,
want to give
I'm
me
saying,
details.
I'm
or...
saying, no. Let me explain something, okay?
Okay.
If you'd have pulled me over politely, with respect, and a bit of
You just stopped in the middle of the road. I told you to move off the
And
main
I-
carriageway.
Look,
Did I? Yes or
just-
no? Is
if
that
you-
true? We've
let me
pulled into
explain to
here.
you. Let-
No. I'm not explaining to you.
you don't want to know. You're rude. You're very rude. You're a very
Am I
rude
really?
public servant. Remember that,
Okay,
sir.
stop pointing at me like that. It's
I'm
very
sorry.
aggressive.
I'm not aggressive.
Okay, calm your jets. All right, nice and calm.
I'm calm.
Okay.
I'm unhappy with how you've dealt with me.
Right, Sean, is there anything that we can reasonably say or do that's going to make you change your mind? We want to... Listen to me. Just listen, please. I'm asking you. The way we are going to deal with it is by way of traffic offence report, which is a ticket. Okay?
I'm not accepting it.
If you're not accepting it,
For
I'm not
something
willing...
I haven't done.
Listen to me. You keep talking over me.
Sorry, sir.
Okay? If you're refusing your details, we can't deal with you by way of a ticket,
Yeah,
i.e. we cannot summons you to a court, in which case we would have to arrest you to confirm your identity.
And I don't have to give you my identity when I get to the police
So,
station either.
if you don't want to, then you will be arrested.
Yeah, and you'll waste your time because when I get to the desk
Trust
and
me,
speak to your sergeant,
we don't want to.
We don't want to. Sure. Look, it's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you.
Right, okay.
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 Right, listen.
Just turn my phone.